Tonight, we begin a month-long look at the cartels and their impact on everyday life here in the Valley. You'll meet farmers, ranchers, children, businessmen, federal agents, people from all walks of life who are suffering the consequences of the cartel presence.
It is a subject Channel 5 News has covered for years. We started telling you about the activities of the cartel, even taking you to the place where it was born, in Matamoros at Las Piedras Negras Bar. We did detail the split of the Zetas from the Gulf, the work of the Sinaloa, and the emergence of La Familia and other cartels in Mexico. Tonight, we focus on Los Zetas and what they said to us almost 6 years ago. Here's part of a report from former Channel 5 News reporter Tony Castellan.
The Zetas claim in Mexico there is no place to hide.
Los policías municipales, la policía estatal, la policía ministerial, la judicial del estado, los soldados y la Policía Federal Preventiva también, hasta los militares que están destacamentados en lo que es la frontera, están comprados con ellos.
They even use police uniforms given to them by police. These members of the Zeta Army have a message for law enforcement on this side of the border. They are here and they are coming.
No es mentira. Que chequen bien.
They are here and they are coming. That was the warning to law enforcement. The two Zetas asked us to make sure they could not be recognized. They were afraid of revealing their identities to law enforcement. Tonight, you're about to see how things have changed. A hidden identity. This time, though, it's not the bad guys. This time, you'll see law enforcement in the shadows. This time, it's police officers who don't want to be found out by the cartels. We'll call him Pete.
There's people that wait to see when you leave work.
Pete and his family would be in danger if we revealed his identity.
When you come into work.
He tells us cartel lookouts or halcones are making life difficult.
They follow you to your house.
Pete is an experienced officer. He points out the cartels have long been a problem for Valley Police, but never like this.
They're starting to retaliate on law enforcement.
Pete says officers are afraid for themselves, their spouses, their children.
There used to be honor among thieves. The cartels used to say, and a lot of bad guys in Mexico used to go by the concept that if you have a problem with me, it's between us. You don't involve family. You don't involve anyone like that. But now times have changed and that's out the window. They'll do anything to get at you.
He says even the simplest threats keep him up at night.
We're watching you.
The cartels are doing more of their work on this side of the river. The Mexican government's crackdown is pushing criminal activity into our country, our towns, our neighborhoods. The money drives the drugs and vice versa. Pete claims desperation is driving the cartels to target police.
Sometimes they'll just leave notes on vehicles.
He calls it intimidation.
They'll call you over the phone to the department and leave a message, and or you have a callback number that you call and you call back because you think it's a complaint in a case, and they'll talk to you and tell you this and that, and they'll threaten you.
He believes the bad guys have the ability to act on their threats.
Usually the criminal organizations have more money to throw around than we do, so they can hire people off the streets to get intelligence.
That intelligence includes knowing where officers are and what they're doing.
They could retaliate against your family, and it's very difficult.
He tries to focus on his work, but getting weapons and drugs off the street can bring more uncertainty.
It's a big blow in somebody's pocket. Sometimes they do retaliate with threats and stuff like that. You always got to be on your toes, and you got to be aware of your surroundings, and you always have to carry your weapon with you.
Just because you don't manage a small... We asked the Hidalgo County Sheriff about the threats.
I have not heard of any direct intimidation of any local police officer or any of my deputies by any criminal group. I have not heard of of any police officer being followed home by any criminal organization group.
Several other officers tell us the opposite. Some say they know the cartels are watching every step they take. Only Pete would go on camera. Others told us it's simply too much of a risk. The threats, the intimidation, it all follows a logic that goes something like this. Either you work with us for money or we'll scare you into working with us. That makes it easy for the cartels to buy U.S. law enforcement. Channel 5 News has learned private police information and equipment is being found alongside seized drug loads. Police officers know that information is likely coming from inside the departments. Pete says dirty cops who are lured by money are another thing that makes his job hard.
They don't care about anything else. They don't care about the municipality, the entity that they're sworn to uphold. And I mean, it's just greed on their part.
He says it's difficult for officers to trust even their own partners.
Now, is there corruption within the departments? Absolutely so. And I think we've always known that.
Channel 5 News has learned those small departments are the main targets for the cartels. Some say the police officers working both sides of the law have given the bad guys a foothold in the departments. Pete tells us
it has to come out.
Those sworn to protect you are being threatened and bribed.
So the people know. Why hide something that you know is there?
And what's coming is dangerous.
All you can do is really have faith in God, and I mean, hopefully, He's watching over you.
It was Pete's own fear, love for his family, and for the people he's sworn to protect that made him speak out. He and the other officers who shared their experiences want you to know the battle for the border is something they are living minute by minute. Stephanie Bertini, Channel 5 News at 10.